Welcome back. So today on the 40 Plus Athlete Podcast, I have with me Dennis McTaggart. And Dennis is currently in the midst of semifinals at the CrossFit Games in the 60 plus category, crushing it. And Dennis is a former corrections officer for in California, retired. And Dennis, so can you tell us about I'm just curious right now, you're in the semifinals, potentially could go to the CrossFit Games, which is just huge. We're talking about all the guys on the road you're going against. Can you just tell me a little about what you're feeling? We'll get to your history here in a little bit, but what are you
Yeah,
feeling
yeah.
right now in the
Uh,
semifinals?
man, just a lot of anticipation. Wanting to do it, wanting to push as hard as I can to get there. It's the closest I've ever been so far. I've been to quarterfinals a couple of times,
Okay.
but never made it this close to getting there. Being number 30 and only having to drop 10 spots, it's there's a lot of anticipation every day. My sleep's suffering a little bit, but I try to push through it. Um, but it's exciting, and if I can make it, I'll definitely go and I'll give it my all and enjoy the experience and just it'd be like a bucket list item.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know how much too many people have a bucket list item of putting this much effort and
Yeah,
pain on the body day
yeah.
after day. Um, so historically, have you always been into like fitness or sports or what's it looked like historically for you, like
Yeah,
growing up in that kind
historically, I've always when I first decided to get into law enforcement, I thought, man, I got to start doing some workouts, right? I gotta run, do some basic calisthenic stuff, some lifting stuff. And so I went to just a regular gym, would go run out on the streets, but then go to just the global gym to do the bench press, do the presses, do the all that basic stuff, the machines that everybody does and spends their day in there hanging out watching the mirrors. So I did that stuff, uh, not to the degree at all as what I'm doing now, but I knew that I had to pass a physical fitness test, so I had to be in decent enough shape to get through all that. So did that, for years and years. My wife likes to work out, so we started going to the gym together. And I started programming workouts, what I would call like HIIT workouts back in, 2007 to 2011. And we'd go to the gym and do those HIIT workouts where we do 8 minutes of work, 1 minute at a time, doing a specific movement, then another minute doing another movement, go through 8 different movements, and do a couple rounds of it. So that's basically where I was at, at the time. I thought I was in decent shape,
of.
but compared to where I am now and the age I am and the physical shape I'm in now, man, if I would have had any of this when I was, 30 years old, 28 years old, it'd be a whole new game.
Yeah, Dennis, right now, are you 60 right
Yes.
now? So you're
Yeah.
60, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying basically when you're like 45 or so, you're doing these hit workouts, 46, 47, and you're feeling like, man, you're basically in better shape right now at 14, 15 years later than you were 45, 46, 47.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow,
Absolutely.
wow,
My ability
wow.
to sustain, work, and heavy or, cardiovascular work is it's amazing.
Wow, wow. didn't did you do us like some like marathons or half marathons, or like
Did
were you doing a lot
did
of
some
running
half marathons,
historically?
yeah. Yeah, I did quite a few half marathons. Thought about doing a marathon, but I think that running 13.1 miles was enough. But it was fun. My wife and I partnered up and she would create a 12-week program that we would go train for before we did that 13-mile, that half marathon. But I would say we did at least a dozen of them. And I still do like want to do 6Ks or 10Ks just sporadically throughout the year just to make sure that I'm keeping up on my running skill.
Hmm. And would you say you're so right now, do you feel like, man, I could almost run better now compared to when you were doing those, or is it
I
do you
mean
feel like the
the
running part is kind of have has lagged?
I think that ultimately with my age now, it's better.
Mm,
Of course, being 60 years old, you get some aches and pains here and there more. Maybe the recovery is a little bit longer than, being 28 or 45. But I think that ultimately, for me to go out there at 60 years old and sustain a 9 to 9.5 minute mile is pretty good for 60
mm,
years old,
yeah.
not the tallest person around. And I was normally weighing, I would say probably somewhere around 210 to 215. And now I'm down to 201 to 203. So
Wow. Wow. And that's with a lot of muscle.
yeah. Yeah, I go use one of the standing weight machines that you weigh yourself on where you hold the handles
Mm-hmm.
and it does the body fat testing, all
Yeah.
that. So I try to do that once a week because it helps me stay on the right path.
Mm-hmm. And so is your daily routine or your weekly routine as far as working out, what's that look like currently?
I don't generally take too many days off during the week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I just started 2.5 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago I started doing the Sentinel training program online. And it's about 2 to 2.5 hours of work.
Oh wow.
So I'll usually go Monday, Wednesday, Friday to the gym at 2 p.m. and do that training. On Mondays after at 4:30, I go downtown to a different CrossFit gym in Sacramento to do their gymnastics class just to work on. And I did my first pullover last Monday. I did about 8 of them, and
Nice.
I hadn't done any of those before, so that was pretty exciting. Um, but I do that on Mondays, and then Wednesday I just do the Sentinel training program. But also Monday, Wednesday, Friday, before I do anything, my wife and I, we get up, we'll go out into our gym at the house and I'll do some type of cardio. Usually it's 20 minutes. I'll usually do like a 1 minute run, 5 pull-ups, 1 minute run, 5 pull-ups for 10 rounds, and
Okay.
then just finish off with a 10-minute run, just straight run.
Nice.
Or we'll do, we have a skier, we have assault runners, we have the air bike. Uh, so we have 6 different
This is all at your own
cardio,
home gym?
yeah, in our shop, yeah.
Nice.
So sometimes we'll do some days of the week we'll do 5 minutes on each machine. I'll do 10 burpees after every machine, and go through 6 machines. So it's 30 minutes of just cardio at 5 minutes at a time, and then doing 10 burpees after that, just because I love burpees so much.
Nice.
And then Tuesday, Thursday, I go to the gym, CrossFit 916, do their class in the morning, 5:15. And then the coach that coaches that day, I like to work out with him. So I'll make him do a workout with me. And it also gets him to do a workout that day instead of skipping because he's coaching that day.
Yeah.
So I'll do at least 2 workouts on Tuesday, Thursday also. And then Saturday, Sunday, we'll usually do some lighter stuff, but get at least a half an hour in of cardio.
Wow, wow. So that kind of fitness schedule, how long are we talking you've been doing that kind of thing?
Oh, so I was training with a couple of 30-year-olds in my gym at CrossFit 916 Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and they do underdog training. So I was training with them. Um, I have to say that so in July of last year, July 4th exactly, I had stepped off a box and tore my right ankle, and had
Mm.
to have the ligaments reattached. It literally tore both on the inside and outside. And so then I started working out again in October. So once I started working out again, I just was taking it easy on the box stuff and the jumping. But I started working out with them Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I started that schedule of Monday, Wednesday, Friday where I'm at now with them. And their workouts were about 2 hours also. So I would do that hour and a half, 2 hours with them. So I would say from beginning of November to present, I've been on that at least 5 days a week with that type of workout schedule.
Gotcha, gotcha. And so say were you like a couple years ago, were you we still do about 5 days a week or every other
Oh
day
yeah,
or
no, I've even prior to all this, I've always done 7 days a week.
gotcha, yeah.
Mhm.
Nice, nice. So Dennis, how would you say getting after it on the fitness front and seeing your fitness, just keep going up and up and up, is that affected other areas of your life, affected family, affected, anything else you do?
Oh yeah, I've having 5 kids, definitely all 5 of those kids. Well, I should say 4 of them. One of them doesn't really like to work out, but for the majority part, it's pushed that on them, and they all
Mm,
stay in decent shape, right? They have two of them, one of them three that work in corrections, that have followed in my footsteps. Two of them are one's on the negotiations team for the SWAT team, and the other one is a SWAT member. So
wow.
they're constantly, staying in decent shape to stay up with the training that they need for their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think that I anywhere I go, and you can, my wife could verify this, but anywhere I go, I'm always wearing a CrossFit shirt of some kind. And people always, oh, you do CrossFit? And I'm always, talking about it and telling them, hey, come over to 916, you can get 5 classes for free. Come and try it out. Or
Mm-hmm.
just new people that come into the gym that I talk to and just tell them, hey, just understand that, you have to start somewhere. And if this is you starting, then just don't try to keep up with everybody else. And I tell them, look at me, I'm 60 years old. And they're like, man, you are the example for everybody to want to be. I want to be that kind of shape when I get that age. And I just look at it like I have 7 grandkids, 5 kids. I want to live my best life. I want to be able to do things with them, play with them, run around with them, jump around with them. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's crazy fun.
that's
And I,
awesome.
I
That's
I
awesome.
enjoy it. I enjoy it, honestly. I'm a competitor at heart, so just having that competitive nature in CrossFit it's the biggest incentive.
Mm-hmm. And do you feel like you're I mean, a lot of people, of course, if they're retiring, because how long were you in corrections before you retired?
30 years.
30
Yeah, I
years.
retired in October, this last year of October.
Okay.
And actually, I was coaching 2 days a week at 916, CrossFit 916. And I retired from that just so I could focus on doing what I needed to do for my fitness to try to get where I am right now and push to get to the CrossFit Games. I have other siblings that I have to keep up with and that are I'm shadowing under. So I have to get out of that shadow.
Oh man. The yeah, so you're right now, so you've basically been retired for you're talking about in that was in October 2023.
Yes.
So you haven't been retired that long.
No.
Yeah, so that's pretty sweet because it means you were doing a lot of working out while you were still working then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
staying fit. That's one of the things I try to help people understand, or even doing these interviews with different people, is that it's one thing, say like you're the coach of the gym and you're really fit or something, versus because that's all you are. You're there nonstop. The opportunity is so present, or you don't have a wife, you don't have family members, there's nothing else to care for. It's just like, yeah, just me going to the gym and getting fit.
Yeah.
Versus when it's like you're well, if you're coaching and you're working and you got kids and you have a wife, and you're maintaining just a ridiculous level of fitness. That's pretty sweet. That's definitely takes some serious scheduling on your part to make that happen. I mean,
Yeah.
do you ever wake up and think, man, today is not the day. I'm gonna just go get some donuts and coffee and call it good, or
Man, donuts sound so good. No, honestly, you know, I don't feel that way, honestly. I feel like I want to wake up every day and live the best life I can. And I think
mm,
that doing what I'm doing, I don't have any. I mean, obviously, we all have aches and pains, but I don't have anything. Yeah, I feel a little stiff in the morning when I get up, but within a couple minutes, of moving around, I feel good. I feel good when I run. I feel good. After working out, I'll sit in my spa or my sauna, and it just feels good to be able to do that. And I've always said that I want to grow up and see my grandchildren grow up and
mm.
get out of high school and see where they go in life. And so this is going to help me do that. And the other thing is, I've worked 30 years for retirement, and I want to use up all my retirement, and I want to enjoy that retirement the best I can. My wife's got 4.5 years to work still. So once she gets retired, then we will do a little bit of traveling and, go enjoy some life like that. But still, even now, anytime we travel, we just went to see our son in Georgia in March for her birthday, and every day we got up and went to CrossFit High Tide over there in Georgia, um, because I just, I'm competitive and I want to stay active, and I don't want to lose that at all. So we'll go wherever we go. We'll do some CrossFit gym wherever we travel.
Nice, nice. So yeah, you got that priority list is right there.
Yeah.
Keeping that body sound and fit. That's awesome. Yeah. So do you feel like you're I mean, getting into it and seeing your body just keep going up and up and up. You're talking about, those pullovers, like you hadn't done those before. Now, which I would say, especially for um, a 60-year-old body, all the stuff that has to go on equilibrium wise to do a pullover, which is basically almost like a somersault
Yeah.
on a bar that's, 6, 8, 10 feet in the air. And doing multiples that, learning that kind of stuff. Do you feel like you got like more, you're getting more confidence? Do you feel like, yeah, man, what I can do in life is like escalating by continuing like learning this kind of stuff and seeing your body do it?
Oh yeah. No, it's definitely so, right? It just gives you that confidence that, of course, the rebounding, the reflex that I have at my age compared to a 25-year-old or a 30-year-old is a lot different. But there's a ton of younger people out there that can't do anywhere what I do, right? And
Mm-hmm.
when they come into the gym, I'll tell them, don't follow me. You do you, and you make sure that you want to come back tomorrow. But the confidence just to be able to know that, if I take my grandkids to the park, that I can go across the monkey bars, or I could just jump up there and butterfly some pull-ups.
Mm-hmm.
And the crazy thing is my daughter came with the two kids yesterday or the last couple of days when I've done the workouts, and just to hear my grandkids cheer me on, and
Mm-hmm.
then seeing them run around in the gym and do wall walks. The 4-year-old, he's doing a handstand right against the wall. It's exciting, right? And it's a great example for them, and they want to emulate that. So I think that body wise, man, yeah, I feel good. I feel good
Yeah.
right now.
So do you do anything when you're as far as like nutrition, or do you watch kind of your food routine? Have you massaged that or changed it up as well with your escalating fitness level here?
Yeah, absolutely. I over the last month have, I would have a couple of alcoholic drinks once in a while. I haven't had any alcohol, don't drink any sodas. For dinner, my wife and I have usually some type of protein, whether it be chicken, steak, pork, um, and salad, right? We don't buy the pre-made salads. We make fresh salads, cut up the
Nice.
vegetables, right? And all that. And then we pay attention to the dressing we use. She doesn't even use dressing, but I, a little balsamic vinegar and a little bit of some type of um, non-sugar type dressing that I'll
Yeah.
that I'll pay attention to. But just what I've done in the last 2 weeks, and using the machine that I was telling you, the body fat machine that I use, I've lost 7 pounds of body fat in the last 2 weeks just doing what we do. Um, I like, excuse me, I like to eat, like at lunchtime, I'll eat a can of soup, Progresso soup. I'll put a little, a third of a cup of rice in there and let it cook in there with it. And that's my, the can of soup is anywhere from 180 to 210 calories. Um, but I feel satiated, right? I don't feel like I'm missing out. I like it, so I eat it. But I'm very careful about what I eat also.
Nice, nice, nice. And do you, as far as your sleep routine, are you kind of like go to bed, get up at a certain time kind of
Yeah.
thing, or?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Usually 7:30. It sounds heck early. It's still light out right now, but
Uh-huh.
7:30 p.m. We're usually in bed by 7:30 p.m. Sometimes even 7. But we get up at 4 a.m. every day. That's the routine it's been for the last 30 years. So by 7:30, we're usually in bed, getting ready to go to sleep and get up at 4 a.m. On the weekends, we don't set an alarm, but we do during the week. So, and now being retired, I don't know what my wife thinks about it, but I usually take a nap almost every day, right? I just feel like for yesterday's routine, before I went to the gym at 5 o'clock to do the workout, I took a nap, got up at 2, went and jumped in my pool. It was 75 degrees, so it was very refreshing to kind of wake myself up, and just get a little stimulated, in the brain. And then went to the gym and yeah, felt good.
Nice, nice. Yeah, so I think one of the cool things I hear this all the time with different people that are crushing it, especially in this the fitness realm, is just the routine. Just like this just happens every day, day after day, week after week, month after month. And you're like, man, how can they do this? How can they do all this stuff? It's like, well, they keep showing up with this routine, and there's just the
Yeah.
consistency over and over and over and over again. But yeah, if you got 30 years of going to bed, getting up the same time, that's going to make the rest of life work out a whole lot better.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, get up at 4 a.m. No big deal. That's just like how your body,
No.
your clock is just let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man,
Get
I think
up.
you got Jocko beat. I think Jocko's like 4:30 or something. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. Get up and have some coffee. We were raising some cows and we had some pigs that we were raising for our own meat.
Mm-hmm.
We had those processed on Wednesday. Cows are going to get processed in July, but get up, do a little workout routine, sit in the sauna for an hour, get a good sweat, and then go feed the animals and start my daily routine. So it's definitely keeps me young for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. So what was your thing, Dennis, for people out there, say they're 50, say they're 60, say they're 65, 70. We definitely, the people that listen to this tend to be at least 35 plus generally. And they're like, for somehow they just heard this guy Dennis talking on here, 60, doing all this crazy fitness stuff. What is it? And they're like, man, there's no way I can do that. It's too much. I'm just gonna carry on back to you know going into retirement, not really in the rocking chair, traveling a few places.
Yeah.
What anything you could put out to them as far as your experience and just the joy you've found from basically pushing your body still.
Yeah, I think that there you just have to make time for it, right? Obviously, I'm retired, so it's easier for me to make time for it. So those that are, still that are still close to my age, are 50 and above, that aren't retired yet, but there's time. You have time, and you have to look at it like, how do I want to enjoy life? I could come home from work when I was working, and I could sit on the couch all day and watch TV and eat whatever I want and feel like, okay, I'm doing great. I'm living life. But is it really living life?
Mm,
Right? If you can go out and feed some animals or have a garden or do things that you enjoy, go play golf, go bowling, go pickleball, that is the big rage right now.
mm,
Any of those things, and go out there and do that for a half an hour at a time or an hour at a time, then you're living life, right? You're going
mm,
out there and seeing, you're out there in under the sun and taking in the rays and just enjoying some company of other folks, whether it be your spouse or your, friends, your children, whoever. I mean, I look at it that I want to enjoy life to the fullest, and I
mm.
want to enjoy my kids and my grandkids to the fullest. Would I love to see my grandkids grow up and get married and have their own family and meet their children? Yeah, I would
Yeah.
love that more than anything.
Mm,
So that's what drives me, to do what I do and to try to stay as fit as I can. Um, and I think that no matter what your schedule is, you you have to find time for it, right? There's no other way to be satisfied in life. Just sitting around is not satisfying. Yeah, going and
mm-hmm.
traveling. If we go travel and we go to Hawaii, do we go sit on the beach all day for a day? Absolutely we do. But I can guarantee you we're going to do a workout before we go out there to the beach so that we have that beach body to show off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I think the just the quality of life, we got so much quantity these days with you say technology, but and medicine, but the quality is often missing, and people have no idea what their body actually has the capacity for if they just keep doing some stuff. Like you said, you put in 30 minutes, get that 30
Yeah.
minutes happening. And it's kind of just amazing how that compound effect happens.
Yeah, even if it's just walking, another thing, Matt, that I like to say is that, when I go to the doctor, they always check your heart rate and your pulse, when you go, and they're always like, your pulse is really low, right? It's usually in the 40s. And I'm like, yeah, it's normal. I do a lot of CrossFit. And then they they don't really think about that, right? They're like, oh, okay, they blow by it. But I went to the doctor, I want to say it was about a year and a half ago. And you know, I was, before I started really focusing on my diet in October. And I was overweight. I definitely have fat on my body that I could get rid of. And the doctor, he after he did my blood test and everything, he sent me an email saying that, hey, you might want to start working out regularly, a few days a week. And I told my wife I wanted so bad to text that doctor back or email him back and say, how about you come and hang out with me for a week and see what I do? But I was eating whatever I wanted at that time, right?
Mm,
And so now, um, paying attention to what I eat has changed the game, right?
nice,
Changed the game.
nice. I mean, have you noticed that in like beyond just say aesthetics or your BMI? Have you actually noticed it in your fitness
Oh
that
yeah,
the eating has changed the
yes,
game?
most
Nice.
definitely, most definitely. My uh, obviously I take some supplements. And I think that those supplements also help and
Hmm.
are very good for the body, right? At my age, what I need to have to uh, testosterone levels and to support my muscle that I have, my lean mass that I have. You have to take some of those things to really make a difference or to help that
Hmm.
difference. But uh, I yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, all that has helped. It's changed my ability to push through workouts that where you get done and you're coughing like crazy because you feel like you just expanded your lungs more than you've ever expanded them before. I haven't
Hmm.
had that in the last 6 months. Do I feel like I've had hard workouts? Absolutely. But
Yeah.
I feel like that my improvements have enhanced my ability to push through those workouts.
Nice, nice. I was just going to throw this out just in case people listen to this and didn't hear that quite right. So Dennis is not taking testosterone. He's just saying he was taking supplements like herbal herbs to support, that process. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, correct.
People start jumping all over the place on that
I
that
know,
kind
I
of
know.
word.
Sorry.
All right, Dennis. So yeah, you're gonna go. You got a few more workouts for the semifinals, right?
Two more, yeah.
Clean this baby up. And
Yep.
man, super excited. I mean, if the thing is, if you make it to the CrossFit Games, that definitely is. Oh my goodness, that is big time. But you're already, top 30 in the entire world. For the 60 to 64 category, which is just amazing. And the fact that you get to show up every single day, being literally basically the fittest person you're going to come in contact with.
Yeah.
And feel like, man, I can just do kind of whatever I want to do, anytime I want to do it. And that is amazing. Anything else you would like to mention, or any words of wisdom you have for people out there?
I would, if it's one of those things, if you don't work out and you're thinking about working out, just go give it a try and don't give up on it.
Yeah.
Go give it a try. I tell everybody that comes to the gym at CrossFit New, I've had guys come in there that are, half my age, and I'll do a workout with them. I'll say, okay, we're going to do this workout and we're going to partner up. I'm going to do these weights, but I don't want you to do these weights. I want you to do this weight or whatever the case may be. And I've had guys that, oh yeah, no, I'm good. I work out here all the time. I'm in good shape. And halfway through the workout, they're ready to quit, and they have quit.
Mm,
But I would say that, you're going to be sore. It's going to be taxing. But if you don't go back, if you say, well, hey, I'm going to skip today and tomorrow because I'm so sore, then that soreness is going to stay. It's not going to go away. Right. If you go back to the gym, you're going to get rid of that soreness. It's going to work that soreness out of your system. And eventually you're going to build up that muscle endurance, and that cardio endurance to push through some of those workouts. And I'm not saying that you need to go to the level that I'm trying to go to and do. You just need to get somewhere where you can enjoy life better, right? If
Come
you're
on.
having problems climbing up a flight of stairs, if you got to stop in a couple of flights of stairs to take a couple of breaths, then something's wrong, right? And you need to do it for not just yourself, but for your loved ones.
Man, that's good. Dennis is the new standard. Let's go. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Dennis, man, I really appreciate you coming on here. So and let's get this. Let's finish out strong with the last few workouts.
I hope so. That's a plan. Appreciate it, Matt.